Hey, it's Joe Glines from the-automator and another episode of what we automated this week with AutoHotkey. Let's switch the desktop. Use, let's see, what do I do first? Let me change my DPI. Okay, a little notification down there that's been updated. I know this is just a picture, so it doesn't really change, but when I go to use Prompt Assistant, we'll see it's much bigger. Yeah, it's much bigger. And then I want my webcam reminder. Again, I can put text here, which, when I move it behind a webcam, you can't see, but I can. And that webcam reminder is just, let me get it in the right spot here. There we go. What I do is I look at my webcam, and now I can put notes here if I wanted to read them. For me, it's just that if there's a window here, I don't hide it with my webcam. And then, again, go back to Prompt Assistant to recently modified files. I should probably assign a hotkey to that. Then I don't have to go find it. All right, it's searching. Let's see, how many files do we have? Wow, 145. Ooh, busy week. Lots of stuff for our client work. Yeah, so we're going to have to cover this in a video of our client that they have a very complicated license in how they want to do stuff. They want to have a trial version that'll last for 30 days, but if they run out, they can't get another version of that. But let's say you increment, and you watch our video on semantic versioning if you haven't yet, because it's a really good lesson to learn. If there's an upgrade where we actually fix bugs, we'd like to let people try again. But if we're doing minor patches, we don't want to let people keep just downloading a 30-day trial, right? Because the software that they're selling is often several $1,000s. By doing this, it simplifies it where we only have one executable that we're distributing instead of having multiple different things and keeping track of which ones and which versions and stuff. This puts it into one. And then what gets really complicated is the people can pick, kind of modularize what they're buying. They can pick, it depends on the plan they bought. They can choose like 5 buttons, 5 automations versus 20 automations or whatever. It's still the same executable, but our license keeps track of how many they purchased. And so when they install, they get to choose the things that they purchased, but it will max out. Isaias made the GUI, so it maxes out. They can only, if they purchased 5 buttons, they can select 5 things, right? And then that will get saved on their computer. So very complicated thing that we're gonna, at some point, we'll talk through how we did it in case any of you guys are wanting to do something like that. So lots of stuff for them. This is, Isaias loves this tool, this bring window to mouse. It is a great tool if you're doing a lot of stuff on remote computers. Let me launch it. I don't know what the hotkey is. Control Q. So I don't know if actually it's going to list. Let me see here. Control Q brings up a list. I can filter on it, so it'll filter. That's a little, I'm surprised. It's a little slow for what Isaias usually does. But well, let's say WinWord. Actually, I don't know. I don't want that. I don't want OBS. That's for sure. That's a script here. Site. I don't know how to have active. But if I double click it, this shouldn't be anything bad. It would have brought, that's interesting. I'm going to have to mention that to Isaias. That, I believe, that instance of Explorer that I clicked on, the running Explorer like for your taskbar, because I don't have an actual instance of Explorer running anywhere. So that's probably something we shouldn't be showing. Let me do this. Let me start Notepad and move it off screen. So if you're on someone's computer and you hit Control Q and you want Notepad, that will bring Notepad to where your mouse was when you initially hit the Control Q, the hotkey, right? So we have a different version where it will not give you the list. You go activate it from the taskbar, but that list, we probably should just change. I don't know. I'll have to ask Isaias if he ever would, should we really have a preference to let people choose or just always have that list? Because I think he probably, like me, just says, you know what, it's just easier to use that list. Prospect Finder. Ooh, that sounds interesting. So Isaias in the afternoons works for this guy, and he's doing lots of great stuff for sales and generating leads and finding businesses and stuff that are in a certain status. So very cool. So active toggler. Let me open that. I don't remember what that is. Active toggler. Oh. Let me pull it over here. We'll pull it over where we can see the... I think this is the one that we borrowed from Taryn Van... whatever. He made a good video, but his script was very plain, and we jazzed it up quite a bit. Oh yeah, author Taryn Van... So we... Even though we changed it greatly, it was still his idea and stuff, but it basically allows you to pick a program, and then you can hit a hotkey and show if it's already run. No, you can hit a hotkey to launch it. If it's already launched, it would toggle between the different instances of it, which is very handy to be able to do. So that's what that one is. Clone speak. This is where we've cloned our client, and for my local Mexican restaurant, I cloned Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas. But that uses the 11 Labs API. Very cool. If you want to use that class, I'll put it online and we can sell it. You do have to have a 11 Labs account and use it and stuff, but it's I cloned myself too. It's very, very cool. Very good. Our Claude, we updated that one to have the thinking capability, so you can tell Claude on your API, on your prompt that you send it, how much time to give it, how much thinking to give it, which is really cool. We just did a video on that just the other day, so that's out already. If you're like me and do a lot of time in Amazon, this script would help you download your Amazon invoices, so it basically interacts with your browser. I think it's based on Chrome only, but it does use the Raphidium driver and allows you to very quickly download your invoices, because I don't know how many I had total. I could find it, but it was over 100 purchases I had made, and they're downloading. It's a lot of clicks to grab them, so that saved me a lot of time. This helps you have a default for where your download is saved, and it looks at the title of the window. So if you're like looking for taco pictures and you have a bunch of pictures, oh no, I'm sorry, this is a better thing to say. Let's say I'm in Canva, and when I'm on a website in Canva and I hit save, I want to go to my thumbnail directory, because that's where I do all my thumbnails. But if I'm on LinkedIn, I could have a different folder where my LinkedIn contacts are saved, right? And what it does is it looks at your browser title, looks at your window title and says, hey, do you want to save a location for every time when this window is active? I will save this. When the save comes up, it's going to automatically go to a certain folder for you. So that's what these are doing, which is really cool. This autocorrect, we covered this on the hero call. Dale was having some questions about the... Let me see if I can pull it up here. At least, oh, it doesn't display right away. Oh, autocorrect. Actually, hold on a second. Let's edit this thing. I was thinking of... oh, this is just a spell check. I think we just updated some licensing stuff. Oh, yeah, author. Yeah, it is. He added like 2 lines. I'm not knocking it, but it's funny. The V2 version didn't work, and so I just looked at it and he was like, you only have to add these 2 little brackets to make it work. Base 64, this I think is taking like a picture or something and putting it into base 64 encoding. Bring window to mouse. I thought we covered that already. Yeah. I'm not sure why it's... Oh, I guess we gave it to... Oh, we put it on Jeff's computer. Okay. Center mouse. I still got to ask Isaiah what this does. I guess I could just give it to AI and ask AI, right? But I don't know what that is. Writing styles. CRM. I don't even know what that folder is. I'm losing it. Maybe... Boy, I don't know. I don't know what that is. That's interesting. Disable clipboard. We actually made a download of this. You can see it right here, though. You don't have to go pay for anything, but it allows you. We use a hotkey, but it just shows you how to use the disable keyboard function. I think I recorded a short video on that. If not, I'll record one or just extract this. This one, again, this should just be deleted because none of us are using it, and we don't know where it came from. I don't know why that's in there again. Auto splitter. This was let me look at the code here real quickly. We were working on changing, having a tool to auto split videos or audio files into sections, and you can do it, but it mostly does it by, I'm trying to remember, it's not by file size or by length of time. But often you want to have it by the file size, and so that was trickier. So, detect low volume. That's one we just use internally on our tools. Convert image. This one is interesting. It will. Oh, no, this is a different one. Cool. I forgot I had this one. So sometimes I'll download. I got to remember. I need to add this to my list of tools. I forgot I created this. That's great. Let me do that. So let's see. Alt click. Opens a folder. I'm going to use get active path. So now I have the path to it. I'm going to go back into Prompt Assistant and say customize. Under my AHK tools. Let's see, that does use FFmpeg, so let me put it under, because I have a lot of FFmpeg tools, and it's just good to stay organized. So I'm going to say, gotta move this where I can see it, add. And here's where you can say run. I'm going to run the 64-bit and say run the path to the file. And here now, I should be able to test this if I want. Let me give it a name here. So convert. What is that name? WebP. I never remember the name of this. Yeah, well, oh, I was right. WebP to PNG. And I'll change the icon. Let's see here. Got a lot more icons. Well, that little arrow. It's like a converter kind of thing, this to that. And now I'm going to hit run. This should actually launch it, but the thing is that path is, so even if I hit run, I know that's valid, but that path, I need to go update the path. So actually, I'm going to update this code. Let me go back into here. Oh, I hadn't opened it. So let me drag that big guy in there to edit. This is cursor, by the way. And oops, I'm in V2. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm gonna have to let Isaias know.
Aw, you just made my day.
Okay, my Alexa just talked to me. I don't know why. Now, maybe I'll get Rizwan or Irfan to help me change this thing to where I select the path and it would automatically convert it to PNG and then save the new path into my clipboard. But and here's the code. So we use FFmpeg to use this. I think the -I is for image. And it takes the source and then the output path. And somewhere output path must have the PNG, but it just converts it with FFmpeg, because sometimes I'll download pictures and their WebP format, and the tool, I still use a tool from forever ago, PaintShop Pro, and it doesn't know how to work with WebP files, and so some of the AI tools, that's how they give them to you, and I have to convert them to something that a PNG or a BMP or whatever that I can work with. So I knew I made this one, but I forgot where it was, so that's cool that I found it, and sorry for that, but I just showed you how easy to, I gotta hit save. So add, and save and close. And now, this is the cool thing. So now, in my tools, AHK tools, FFmpeg, under here's when I add it. Now, I'm probably gonna go back in, and because I like keeping this alphabetized, it just helps me remember it. So I'll do that later. But yeah, that's a cool little script. You see how FFmpeg is amazing. And if you're using AI tools, AI can often write the code for you. Even you tell it, wrap it with AutoHotkey. I want to use AutoHotkey to use FFmpeg to do X, Y, or Z. And it does a really good job. For instance, this one, this is actually the earlier version of it. But I have in this folder, let's see here. I think I'll click, open the folder. Separate audio, video. I don't think this is the one that I did, because yeah, this was the initial one where I had them in separate files, and then auto cropper here, and we haven't shared this one yet. Isaias was working on a better, more advanced version of it, but for now, I faked it, and we can just see the hotkeys right here. They're horrible hotkeys, but I only run this tool when I need to, and so Control L will crop the left side. So when you see Isaias and I in a video, sometimes our client and I are recording, but we only want her webcam. So Control L, I can select the video, hit Control L, it will crop and keep just the left side, and it makes a new video. If I hit Control R, it crops the right side and just keeps that one. So it's super fast. And then if I hit Control A, this is the one where I say it's a horrible hotkey, but I exit out of it right when I'm done. It will remove the audio, because we have the desktop view and the webcam view as separate videos. And so for the desktop view, I don't want the audio in the file. And it's like instantaneous. It's really kind of crazy how fast it does that one. These two, the Control Left and Control Right, have to re-render the video, because you're actually doing like kind of like a picture-in-picture almost. And we have a different one, which has the two of us, Isaias and I, side by side, which is actually in here under old. And I was talking to Isaias about it. I said, I want to do this, but it's really, really complicated. You can look at the code here, though, if you care to. What we're doing is we crop in on both Isaias and I, and it takes that, and then it takes our background of the automator with the yellow side and puts it behind us, and then puts us in the middle. But what I want it to do is to kind of zoom in on us individually. That's what makes it really complicated. But it does it automatically, and that used to take me at least 3 minutes to set up in our editing tool. So now I can put in the new file path. That's what I use. I'll come in here and change that. It will create it. It just appends gallery to the name of the file. So I don't have to update that one. I just have to update the source of this one. This one never changes, because that's the background picture. But it's done for me. It's pretty quick. It takes a little while to depends on the video, on how long it has to re-render it. But it's still, I just do something else while I'm waiting for that. So that one, I can't wait, because what we're going to do is allow people to select the area that they want to crop, right? But that one is still going to be hard-coded, I think. So it's still very cool. Overlaying text with FFmpeg on the screen. That was one we did before, getting the best audio file out of a video. This file copier, I think we created a download for it. It's just a simple example for backing up files that you want to tell it what extensions. Yeah, here's the array of, you can give it an array of different extensions and tell it where you want to put them, and it will copy them. Find V1 and V2. What? Find? I'm trying to figure out what this is here. I have no idea what it is. Here we have one for getting your IP address. It changed quite a bit in V2. Gist creator, really handy if you're sharing your code and you want to make something public that people can see easily and not paste it and have it render well. Also, that's very nice. Wow, I guess I was building a tool to help download videos. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look at that one. This home automation with Shelly, these are the plugs that I bought that have a really easy API interface that you can do stuff with. Very cool. Watch that video if you're interested in being able to turn things on and off. I can hit a button here, and I didn't turn on the recording light, but I just clicked it, and now it just turned it on out there. And I can press it again, and it'll turn it off. So it can be active toggle. It's really cool. Hyperlink builder. I think this grabs the URL. Oh, no. Actually, boy, I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm not sure this was an earlier version of the Shelly tool. I guess I was looking at I'm making a class for it, but I don't think that's the right one for it, so I'm not sure what that is. This is the one I thought I was looking at earlier with that image converter, but it checks because your extension isn't always correct as far as the type of picture. And so this is one, again, I used an AI tool, I forget what at the time, to make a tool where I can give it a file and it looks at it, and even though it has an extension, it looks at the like base 64 encoding of it and figures out whether it's a PNG or JPEG or whatever, because sometimes you don't know, so it's an image format checker. It's really interesting because sometimes pictures aren't the format you think they are. Can't explain it more than that. If you've had the issue, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I don't think I can explain it to you because I don't understand it well enough. Instanote, this is the AI tool we're writing for one of our clients to hit a button or be able to talk and make a comment and stuff, and then later on you can use AI to summarize it very quickly. This apparently have something to see if a given executable is in your path. It's just a simple function, I think, for doing that. This is one we released this last week, detect keyboard. This is actually a different version of it. This just detects your second keyboard. Let me see here. I don't have the other one. Let me plug in the other one. So I have a 10 key. I'm just going to plug it in. Now it's on, nice and red. Ooh, it's evil. If on my keyboard, my normal keyboard, I press a 1, and you see here on the left says numpad 1, and we got really busy, so we didn't finish this, but I asked Isaiah, I said, why don't we put this in a list view so we can give it headers and stuff and make it a little easier. So there's the actual name of it, the VK thing, and this is the scan code, I think, if I remember correctly. But if I hit the numpad 1 on this one, what? Oh, something went wrong with it. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. All of that should be fine. That's interesting. It was working fine the other day. So apparently something really updated, and we didn't test it. We made these, we put a header in here. I asked him, because we didn't have the header, and so I asked him to put that, and maybe something, what left? What was that? Oh. Somehow I turned on, oh, I hit the numlock key. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So the numlock affects, oh, cool. Okay, I didn't know that. But anyway, these are supposed to be showing up on the second key on the right, and it was working the other day. But yeah, we'll have to. Look how cool it is. It's broken. Well, it's good to test, right? So good to make a note of, yeah, something went wrong. But we're going to put these in a list view with a header so you know what they are, and maybe make it easier. Well, on our other tool that this is based around, we have it where it will allow you to program those keys on your extra keyboard. So if you're interested in having a second keyboard with some additional hotkeys, that will allow you to keep it independent of your keyboard, which is really cool. This one, I think, was a version we found online that was the V1 version. Oh, no, V2 active window. I think it's just a function that keeps track of your last active window. Here's our Claude class, which we released a video on that. Unit test. He's got some testing in there, apparently. Getting the Explorer. I gotta talk to Irfan. At times, this function gets me the wrong path if I have more than one Explorer window open. So I think there's something with that. LinkedIn profile scraper. This shouldn't. I don't think we actually have that. This is probably no. It's V2. I don't remember that. I wish I had the date modified in here, because that's probably I'm surprised it's V2. So anyway, mark active site tab. So if your site tabs, we can pull over site. The different tab, knowing which one, you can see the difference, but boy, it's kind of subtle, right? So that script, let's go back and launch it. Yeah, I mean, I just clicked it. I know which one. Oh, but it's supposed to stay on. Okay, it stays on. Now let me activate a different window and see if it stays. Yeah, so the problem is I hadn't activated the window. So it keeps it wrapped around it. That does make sense. Okay. All right, so we don't need a hotkey. It just stays active when you're in there. And it helps you highlight it, right? So you can see, and you can see our prices for our clients, which is still fine. This is the normal Hero members get 25% off, and then Irfan's at a little lower rate. He's not as good as Isaias, but he's still very good. Anyway, that's that tool. Cleaner. I wrote this one. This was a really interesting thing. Was I wanted to strip out files, and I'll have to make a video on it. I was using it because I'll get video file names or audio files that have crazy characters in them, and I want to remove them. And I thought, hey, AI would be phenomenal at this, right? But then I realized there's actually a pattern. What I want to do is keep the things that are unique. If I have a list of, let's say, 22 videos, I want to keep the list of things that are the same, but remove any characters that are, opposite. I want to remove all the characters that are the same, but keep the words that are different. So if it says, like, season 1, Leave It to Beaver, episode 1, blah, 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 I probably only want the episode 1, blah, blah, blah. I don't want all that other stuff across all of my files, right? Some people might want to keep that. I don't. So I used AI to help write a regex, and Claude just did an amazing job of that. The naked clipboard, which actually this one I think we need, with the changes in Microsoft lately, we need to revisit that. It just allows you to paste plain text, but when you're in Word nowadays and Excel, they're kind of weird. So this one makes it very easy for me to, let's say I want to have a sale. So let me launch it. I want to have a sale, and I can choose. Might make it a little bigger. I can choose, do I want it to include my services or general, or just, let's say, my V2 courses, because we'll keep it simple. Here's where I put in my code. Dummy code. Generate the list. So, interesting. Oh, that's having a problem with Notify, but that should be fine. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. Let's pull back up site. Go to new and paste. Now this generated, it still worked. It was just having a problem with the, actually let's take this and we'll go to one of my favorite tools, which I'm going to have to do off screen, and I should use my blur tool. Yeah, you know what? Let me use my blur tool, which I think I have in Prompt Assistant. Integrate Tools, blur. Now, I'm going to do this off screen because, of course, I don't want you to see it, but I can control left button. There we go. And now when I drag it over, it's blurred. It stays with the window, even no matter where I move. So here's the HTML that we had, and this is like a preview of it. The problem is this URL, I have a paid version to this account, and the URL would show my license. This tool is amazing, though, at like creating things that you can have from Word and paste and clean and create very plain HTML. So anyway, so it built these, and you'll see here. Let me functions. So here's the link to the course, right? But here, this link actually that's the link to the course with the discount code, dummy code. So when I click that, it would have applied, and I would have to still go to my web page, which we could add that step as well, and generate this discount dummy code and make it 1% off. But imagine how much time it would take me to build. Here's the learn more about the course, and this is the link to the course with the discount code. Besides all this text and making it pretty, you see, I mean, it allows me to do sales really, really quickly, or do whatever I want, right? But here's all the stuff I have that makes it really easy to crank out that stuff. Otherwise, that could have taken me an hour easily, and I still might have made mistakes. Now that I have this working right, it's always right. So, very cool little tool. Actually, I wonder what happens with the blur tool when I close this. Ah, it's smart, so it disappeared. Cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and close that. So that's that. I don't think this is something that I can share because it's not helpful for anybody. It's all custom to us. But if you're interested in that idea, we can build something for you. And it shouldn't take too long because we already have the concepts. Our Pretty Links Manager, this one, it's really cool. I can launch it. I'll hit my hotkey. And these are I can search across, let's say blur. This is how I would put this in the video. Blur. Oh, hey, this is the blur. When I double click this, and here, if I have wrap on, it would put this appendant to it. But now, it even shows me a little tooltip. But if I go paste that somewhere, let me put it in this yellow box. I'll move it back over here. That is the pretty version. This is of our pretty links. But when you take this and go to a browser, it redirects you to the actual blur download, right? So, very cool. And what's also really cool about that tool is it disappeared. Let me pull it back up. I can hit refresh and it will go re-pull them, or I can hit add new, add a link, and I can add a new one, and it will then be in my list. So this is how I can very quickly create the webinar, the newsletter. I can do these videos where I can have them, or when I'm on a hero call, I can put them up in my banner. Usually in the hero call, I will turn on, I'm on a different view. I don't have that available. In my webcam here, I'll turn this on, and then I can put in up there the links that people can see, right? So very handy to have a tool like that. And if you're using a WordPress website, we can build you a tool like this. It's very cool. And yeah, I just love it. This one actually, this check down the links in the automated resource finder. This tool is similar to the printing list manager. It's not quite the same, but it allows you to find our videos and downloads and AutoHotkey documentation and stuff. So it's a really great tool to use. Let me see if it runs. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, do I want to re-download it? Yep. It's refreshing. Oh crap. Okay. Because it's me, this is a different version. I forgot. I have a version. Let's go ahead and get into it here. It's getting my token from my YouTube channel. I don't read anything. I don't know about you guys. I just kind of click. So now it has the token. Now it's going to go pull all of our videos. So I'm refreshing the data, and now it's going to overwrite it. Now, when you go get the tool, it'll at least have the most recent videos. We don't have it getting our most recent. No, it does get our most recent tools also. Yeah, really cool. I need to put a reminder to myself in that to run that like once a month. So that tool stays up to date. So that creates a file on a FTP folder, which when you run the corresponding tool, it will go grab that resource. And every time you launch it, it checks to see if there's a newer version of it. So it kind of stays up to date. So it's a really cool way to help your clientele stay up to date in what you're doing. Add to list. Often when I'm sitting here, you'll see a little thing come up and say X number of people who've been added to the list. I forget. I think it goes off at 7:30. It's 6:50 right now in the morning, and I'm started a little early this morning on this, so I don't think it's going to go after the call. But it's adding people that watches our email clicks to our newsletter and to other emails. And if you clicked on a Regular Expression link, we might add you to our email on Regular Expression drip campaign, right? So that's very cool. Auto unsubscribe. Actually, not sure what that is. We have some that check. Get active new subs. So that'll go pull the list of current subscribers. Auto unsubscribe. I don't know if that actually. I don't know what in the world that pretty links have been updated. Oh, it just finished. Wow. It took a while to do that. That's hilarious. That script was still running, and it finally just finished doing those things, those updates. It's a lot of data because it gets all the subtitles for all the videos also that you can search across, I think. This one. So I wish I had an easy one, a known one that was bad, but like a person just wrote me and said, "Hey, I didn't get the download link for the thing I purchased, and I'll use this tool to go look up who said it, and often they've unsubscribed, and I can't legally send them email. So instead of having to go to Mailgun, which is the API tool we use for sending out stuff and manages that suppression list, Isaiah's built me a little tool that does API calls where I can put in the email address. Let me just see here. I can run this, and then I can say, use my Gmail, search. Nope, I'm not in the suppressed list. And I think I can add myself to it and remove myself. But there could be tags here, and it will say copy message. Maybe this says. I don't know what that says. I'm going to paste it here. Yeah, this is cool. I just pasted it here. So it helps it say. Unfortunately, this message for me. I forgot that was actually there. I could have used that this morning when I sent it to the guy. Because I didn't tell them I can't legally send you emails. You've unsubscribed, and I can't legally send them. And in order to send stuff, I need to change it. So, which is why I have to send it from my Gmail instead of my AutoMator account. Anyway, here's Prompt Assistant. Like I said, we made some little minor tweaks to that. It's a great tool. It's much simpler than QAP and does less, which is better in my opinion. It depends on your need, right? Jean with QAP, it's an amazing tool, but it's so complicated that you really have to have a lot of different needs to use it, in my feelings. Most people just do hot strings and hotkeys, and that's what Prompt Assistant's really good at. And here's stuff with Prompt Assistant, regex recipes. We have a download for regular expressions. This tester, Rizwan was asking if it's good to go, and I said nope. But maybe with AI we can kind of nudge it along. Taskbar icon sizer. That changes the icons in your taskbar. Sorry, in certain sizes. I don't remember if it's just Windows 11. It might be 10 and 11. I don't remember. These are registry hacks. Oh, that's where they are. Good. It'll just make minor tweaks to your registry. Site fix. A lot of people have problems with site having issues, so this one can help with that. Screen locker. This is the one I mentioned that will lock your screen, and Rizwan found out the hard way. He locked the screen, but he couldn't get back into it. He had to reboot. So it's a very careful one. The V1 version works great. The V2 years and years ago, Maestro tried to rewrite it, and it would constantly have problems. And then so I never shared it because I don't want to brick someone's. You don't brick it, but you have to. If you had a bunch of stuff open, you can get where you can't see your stuff. And then a couple years, maybe 3 years ago, Isaias rewrote it, and it also still would have issues and not get to where you can unlock your screen. So this version, actually this one I switched over to those Shelly keys I mentioned earlier, and now it's easy because I have a manual switch. It actually doesn't, this one kills the power to the screens, so it's easy because I just turn back on the switch and I can see my screens again. So that's what I think this one does. Actually, boy, no, maybe this is the one that's the V2 version that is a little, still, I just don't trust it well enough to share it. The Shelly one that uses that, it's great because even if it does happen to not work, which I've only had that happen a couple times, I just push the button and it turns back on my monitors. I don't have to worry about it. This one, and I don't know if we made a download for this. I guess I can see here, but and if not, Rizwan, I think he's been doing a good job of going through everything. It will automatically save a screenshot to maybe even the active window to a file really quickly, and there was an easy way to do it, but it was saving BMPs, and those get big, right, fast. So especially if you have 3 monitors or whatever, that's a big window. This one will save them as a PNG instead of the bitmap, which are much more compressed. We haven't worked at this one in quite a while, but sometimes Zoom will be funny trying to send the keystrokes, so we're trying to write a way that would do it better. I use this to set my wallpaper programmatically, so I don't have to remember what's there. No idea what this is. Simple mouse highlighter. This one will show a little circle around where your mouse is. Prevent computer from going to sleep. We had an interesting discussion during the hero call of the block command, and the block command only working if you're running, if you disable UAC, your user access control, or you run as an admin. It was really interesting. Maybe Isaac and I'll have to make a video on that at some point. Button clock. This is awesome, but with Windows 11, you have to be using certain plugin to get your Explorer bar, your taskbar on the side, because otherwise it's worthless. Like, you don't want to use that tool. But if your Explorer bar is on the side, like I have mine going up and down the side, then it's very handy because you can see the clock in the little button. Startup screen. I don't know what that is. Our little task manager, AutoHotkey task manager in V2 is very cool, very snappy now. I might still see if AI can optimize it a little more. Telegram, we have some cool, this step away alert, so we have them for people, but I can hit a button and it will designate the Automator group. We have a group with just us Automator, there's 4 of us in it, and I can hit a button and it sends a message there saying Joe stepped away, so I don't have to go type it, I don't have to find it, I just hit the button on my Stream Deck and I can just walk away, and then when I come back I usually delete it so they know that like I'm actually back. They don't see that, but it's a very quick way to tell them without interrupting them if they're talking. And we're going to build some for our chat, our Telegram groups. Text sift needs conversion. That's interesting. I don't think we finished it entirely, but we showed that during the hero call. Customer list, yeah, can't open that. we combined, because we set up our clients with 2 separate WordPress sites, and we now have tools where I can use SQL and pull a list of their customers, or if I launch it from a different place, I pull a list of my customers. And so anyway, it makes it very easy to send reminders for webinars and seminars or sales or just notifications and emails and newsletters and things. This tracking time one's pretty cool. It keeps track of your active window. So you turn it on and you start working. And let's say you work for a couple hours. When you exit out of it, or maybe you go to the summarize, it will report back of, it looks across the time and how often you were in each window and gives you kind of a breakout of how long you were in each tool to help you understand where you spent your time. So it's a cool little tool for that. The other one is if you do consulting and you're trying to keep track of your client work, it can help you, because you may not always know exactly what it was, but it breaks down the programs and the titles of the windows, so it can remind you how much time you spent in those things. This toggle keyboard toddler, I wrote that from when my son was like 2.5 to 3. He would come up to me, and I didn't want to, if I was working on something important, I didn't want to have to be like, no, don't do that. So I had a hotkey that would basically stop all other weird key combinations, but then if you hit a letter, it would say the letter out loud with an MP3 file. So if you hit J, it would say J. And I think it said or M for monkey. It was pretty cool. And, it started Word, and it showed you the letter in big letters. But it was one of my first scripts where I kind of spent a little bit of time doing something interesting, I guess I'd say, not work. But it was pretty cool. No idea if it still works. It should still work. Actually, I don't know if we have a download for it, but we should make one if we don't. It was a cool little script. But you do have to have Word installed. Yeah, it's looking for Word. And then it locks some of the other keys. Here you can see it locks a lot of them, the non-letter keys, right? So it makes it say, so sound play. You know what? Let's see what it does. I don't know. Guess I should look at how to get out of it. Probably escape. Oh, look, it started Word. I'm going to turn on the system audio. Oh, apparently it is on.
A for apple. B for baseball. M for monkey.
Sorry, I'm laughing. It's been a long time since I've run that script, so let me see, how do I get out of this thing? I think I can hit the escape key, but and then you just close the file. So, that brings back memories. Our little task organizer. Let's see if it. Oh, this goes across all of them. Boy, whew. It's looking across everything. I don't think we've shared this one, but we have this is looking for, I can look for stuff that I need to do. We really need to get back to using that. We don't use it. Another bring window to mouse under tools. That's interesting. Unicode lookup tool. So if you're looking for certain Unicode character, paste your Unicode character. Well, actually I have, let's see, Control Shift question. So if I wanted to be able to send this, select I can select a hotkey. Let's say Control T, Control T. Why is it? That is cuckoo. I'm hitting Control T. Okay, whatever. So it copied it. I don't know why it does Control. That's really weird. But it wrote the code that I can go paste somewhere, and they'll say black question mark comment ornament. So it gives me a little bit of the info of what that character is. But now I don't have to store my file in UTF-8 because this allows me to just paste it in an ANSI file, yet I could still send a Unicode character with it. So that's what that tool is all about. I'll have to look at why when I was hitting Control-T, it was sending Control-V. That's cuckoo. Maybe I have something else running that was conflicting with it. I don't know. User finished typing. This one Isaiah's created for us in the hero group. It helps you understand. Let me see. I think it has a GUI with it. Yeah. So when I stop typing, see how down here this ready. Stop typing, and then it says ready. So you can detect when someone has stopped typing, because sometimes you might want to do a search. So when I'm hitting letters, I don't want to do a search, but when I stop typing after like a second, hey, now I've stopped typing, do your search, right? So that's a cool function you can borrow for that. Webcam reminder, that's the one we're looking at. I showed you earlier. Weekly hero content. I don't know what that is, because it's not an AutoHotkey file. No idea what this is. That's interesting. List installed fonts. So we have some WMI. Let's see if that actually runs. I don't know if there's a hotkey for it. No. But is it on my clipboard? Like output debug, font, query, output debug. So let me try it from here. We should change that to notify. It exited. It didn't even put it in the oh, but I'm not in VS Code or Studio. I think if I was in Studio or VS Code, because I'm actually in Cursor, it would display. We need to change this to use our notify class and throw it in the clipboard, or open just Notepad or something and paste it, paste it plain text. But yeah, it seems like it was running, and I can change that to be throw it in the clipboard. But yeah, that's that. Writing on computer. This one was a really cool older script. Up here I could draw, so I could. This allows me to draw. And I had thought about taking this and saying, okay, take this now, send that to AI and have it, make a picture. Or down here, I can write. So I'll write my name in horrible cursive. Joe. And in a couple seconds, look at that. It did. Now this is built into I think XP. I think it's been around since XP, but that's really cool, right? So if you wanted to be able to write stuff, the problem is it's hard to write with a mouse. But the drawing, like I told Isaiah, we could take this, draw, and then submit that to AI. Use GDI or something to take that picture and send it off to AI and tell it to make, convert that into a better looking image. WTAP parser. Oh, this is the script. It's hard to explain. We have a plugin on our website for our courses, and this tool, the plugin we use, helps you put the pages and make them look on different pages, but even though they're not. And so Isaiah wrote a script to make it easier to go create the format that it needs. This one will merge similar XML files. I'm trying to hurry up a little because this is a long video. We can search across our subtitles. This tool for upload, I need to talk to Irfan about that because uploading videos sucks. It's painful of a lot of clicks, and maybe this tool would make that part easier for one video, but I don't. It's using Rufidium, and that you got to close your browser. Maybe if I used Edge, because I almost never use Edge, so I wouldn't care. But anyway, so that's what that was. Scheduling. We have a YouTube thing for our community. Boy, I don't think we've ever shared that either. That's a good one. This one allows me to get the ID for a YouTube video and then get the thumbnail and build an HTML file. So, Bruce Force hack password. I don't know what in the world that is. YouTube transcript getter. Okay, well, I think we're there. So, if you enjoyed any of that and want to, keep making some cool stuff with AutoHotkey, I really recommend. I know I say this a lot, but our Hero Group is a great program, and it's like $1.99 for the first month. Go try it out and see if you like it. It's really cool. We help a lot of people level up a lot and point them in the right direction. Saves a lot of time. Also, of course, our courses. Or if you're just lazy and would rather have us do the work for you, we do that as well. So let me know. All right. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Cheers.